Voters approved a project to bring public water infrastructure to Cape Vincent's District 7. It's the second vote on this project, and it had to happen because construction bids were higher than the original estimates. The town supervisor says that a user's yearly cost will go up $300. That extra cost had to be approved before the project to go forward. We talked to some voters who say the cost is worth it.
Everyone needs water, and we have an aging community here who've lived here a long time and who live here year-round, and it's a great burden for them to go and carry water in big tanks, and we don't have any service for that.
The town of Cape Vincent says 120 people voted in favor of the proposal. 27 voted against it. A person that we spoke to off camera calls the cost hike, quote, shady. Town supervisor says he's going to begin working to get water over to District 7 as soon as today.